Hello everyone and welcome back to Faithful to the Traitors, where we are here to discuss the Traitors US Series 4, Episode 9. And my name is Ben.
Oh, hang on. My name's Alex. Hello, how are you all?
Sorry, is there a problem?
There is a problem. Two problems.
Ooh,
One, my
hang on.
nose is whistling.
Right.
Literally, I could hear my nose whistling as you were talking. Hi everyone, I have a cold. Did I say my name?
No.
I'm Alex. And second of all, you've given me responsibility again. And when you give me responsibility, I can't multitask.
Well, you're going to have to learn.
Have you seen me drive? So, but you know what you guys can do? You can get in touch with us. You can find us on all your social media platforms, but also ways of watching and listening to us is on the Linktree, linktr.ee/faithful2. And on there, we've got all the ways of what I've just mentioned, including ways you can watch us. And if you are watching us, you can comment underneath the video. And you can... I can't breathe. And you can like and subscribe and follow us and ring the bell and all that good stuff. And if you're listening to us on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or any of your favourite podcast apps, you can also, don't forget to subscribe on those as well. And if you like the podcast and you help us monetarily, you can go to buymeacoffee.com/faithful. There's a story on another podcast we've just released about the Faithful to the Apprentice podcast for why you should be giving generously for the retirement fund of Charlie the cat.
He's got an operation in a few weeks.
We don't need to elaborate on it. It's a good excuse for people to get in touch with us and listen to the Apprentice podcast, because we do an Apprentice podcast, don't you know? And
do lots.
We do lots of different things. And
TV podcasts as well, everyone. Before you watch, we also do that. Got to plug it all.
Okay.
For Charlie the cat.
You need to be plugged. Right.
Sounds like you are plugged.
There. Right.
Well, you're talking.
£5 a month or £5 a one-off donation on buymeacoffee.com/faithful. Just like... That's what I was leading to.
Right. Well,
we're not doing that one, are we? Sorry. Yeah. We did get thank you to the person who did.
Well.
If you go to our other podcast that Ben had mentioned, which is Before You Watch, where we talk about other TV programs throughout the week, then you'll find out, you might hear your name on there as well.
Wow.
God, that was...
What a podcast this is going to be, everyone.
That was like pulling teeth.
You said this last week about your commitment to the show. Now it's just gone downhill 2 weeks in a row.
I know. This is what people are here for.
What's going to happen?
The fun.
We are here to talk about the Traitors US.
Hang on.
Or not.
Hang on. We can have a bit of fun here.
Right.
Keep going.
Oh, we're talking about the Traitors US. Oh, what's that?
Charlie.
We're going to talk about the Traitors US. Lots to talk about.
Lots to talk about. No, we're not just going to inanely play sound effects for the next 30 minutes. Oh, no, not at all. Because we've got lots to talk about. Namely, how... New traitor introduced. They said yes. But mainly for me, my backstep of what I said in the last episode about Rob, because I have to say, Rob showed his credentials.
What did you say last episode?
He stepped up. I moaned, had a bit of a complaint about people saying that Rob's the best traitor ever, and I was like, Rob's not the best traitor ever. Watch different versions.
He's just an attractive man.
He's an attractive man.
People are saying it.
He's just a man. He's just
a man with his arms out. So people are saying he's the best traitor ever, but he put that to test this episode.
Well, no, he proved me wrong, and perhaps other haters wrong, because on tonight's episode of the Traitors US, episode 9, series 4, he I have to say, he played two very good tricks out of the bag, and I think he did really well. But yes, quite right. We were introduced to a brand new traitor to begin with.
Yes, he may not be quite as epic traitor player.
Don't be horrible to Eric. We love him.
Eric, he said yes when to Rob's question.
Will you marry me?
This ain't The Bachelor. And Colton's not here.
Eric was like, yes, I will.
So yeah, we've got a new traitor. I mean, normally when this happens on the Traitors, when someone gets recruited this late, they do fluff it big time and go that same episode.
Hope they don't fluff Rob.
I mean, Eric fluffed Rob but didn't go.
Luckily.
So he's got that going for him. He didn't, no suspicion. Well, there was suspicion at the end of the night, but he nearly made a whole day without suspicion on him, Eric. So well done, because it's not easy being a traitor this late in the game, no matter who you are. Talking about you saying that Rob is probably a very good traitor.
My opinion has risen from mediocre to actually not that bad.
I mean, it does. I mean, it depends. If you're going to be a brilliant traitor, it does depend how brilliant your fellow faithfuls are to how brilliant of a traitor you are.
You're very unkind to the faithful, because you've done this quote recently with the UK version. You said like the two, and I said, I think the consensus of everyone was that actually in the UK version that the traitors were very good, but you were like, no, it was just a bad bunch of faithful. And
No,
this is
I was
where
not.
You were, and
No,
I
I
feel like
didn't.
this is where you're heading with the American version too.
I think you're completely wrong there. I said the traitors were great the whole time, but I'm not going to go
Yes,
into
but you
spoilers.
also, I do believe, and anyone who's listened back, I would like you to get in touch, comment underneath the video if you're watching on YouTube, and just timestamp the moment when Ben perhaps may have said on other versions that the traitors...
Other versions?
Well, the UK version specifically.
Series 4 UK, okay. Well, I'd like to see that then.
I
Please
can't
do
wait to
tag
see all
me.
the different timestamps. Consider it like an Ofcom complaint against
But Rob has got a
everyone.
lot going for him because Moira blindly trusts him, no matter what. He's now got Eric on side. Tara and Johnny has their secret relationship.
Oh, we need to talk about that in a minute.
Their secret,
because-
not secret relationship that everyone knows about.
Yeah, well, it's weird that, isn't it? Because they kept saying that, like, we've kept it secret out the whole game, and then all of a sudden they were like, "No, we're not going to anymore." They're like the kind of like the kids that are kind of like being pushed out of the main popular group. You know what I mean? And they're kind of like making a point of like, "We don't need you anyway." And you know what? You know what I mean? Like from school, I do feel bad for Tara and Johnny, but they kind of did put the target on their own backs, and they didn't help each other. Really.
Johnny's had just an unfortunate game where he was close with Candice, so therefore, because she's now been outed as a traitor, it's all just gone a bit. He kind of, like he said it himself, he kind of gave up. He's given up because he thinks no matter what I do, I'm kind of not in the game. So him and Bo and Tara kind of felt that way. So they were like, we're going to do everything. Then we're going to say all our secrets. We're going to say we're best friends. We're going to give all our evidence. We're going to back each other. And you know what happened? You become honest, you back each other, you tell everyone everything you think, and all of a sudden they're like, oh, actually, you're probably faithful, not going to go for you. And they didn't get voted off.
Yeah,
So maybe that's the secret.
I don't know.
Just be honest,
I
and you
think-
don't give off traitor vibes.
I feel a lot of it is down. I don't think they did play as well as you think they played, because the very first thing
still
Tara
in.
did at the round, but that was because everyone was swayed by Rob. This is what I mean. Rob's a very clever player. I think Rob convinced a lot of people that Stephen was the one they should go for, despite spending the whole time. And then he realised, like, no, hang on, if I shelve Johnny, keep him for the next round table, Stephen will be a good, easy one, because his name is starting to crop up a little bit by especially after the game they played in the boxes. But no, the first thing Tara did when she was round the round table was said, I promise you Johnny's not a traitor. And it was like, how can you promise that? How can you 100% say?
I didn't say that. Oh
No, she didn't. No, she didn't backtrack like that. She didn't say, I didn't say that. She said, no, I just know, because we've been partners. We've worked together for this, that, and the other. And then Mark pointed out, it's like, well, I also work in a sport where I have to work with a partner. I have to have trust. And in a game like this one, you don't really convert that trust from working in the sports environment into this competitive reality television show environment. And so that's a really silly thing to do.
It was a silly,
give your trust like that.
It wasn't the best thing,
No.
especially when you're starting a round table with such like, I'm gonna do this, and then
Yeah.
like you literally say 4 words, and someone goes, "Wait a minute, what did you say?"
Moira and Mark both jumped. Eminem, they both jumped on her
And
immediately.
she just looked to Johnny for help, and then he stepped in. So
And they didn't help each other at the round table. They both looked at each other and grinned and smiled. And it was like that, that's such an easy tell for people sometimes. That's like an easy one for people to go straight away. It's like, well, I saw you should smile at each other, and so you must be traitors. The one thing they've got going for them is that because they've kept themselves so separate from the rest of the groups, they've not really attached themselves to anyone who could necessarily be attached to a traitor, unlike Stephen, who got attached to being with Lisa. But then the kind of who was it? Candice was kind of linked to Johnny a little bit. Was it Johnny, or was it
Johnny? Yeah,
okay?
because they were best friends. And
they were
Johnny,
best
because at
friends.
breakfast, Johnny said, "Oh, I feel like a stupid faithful because we always talk about why am I here? Why am I being kept around? Am I friends with a traitor?" And he was, and that's when everyone looked at each other like, "Yeah, okay."
Nice one, Johnny.
But yeah,
Johnny and Tara. I mean, Johnny had a rocky start from the beginning with us anyway, when he started trying to create this kind of like big group of majority voters so he could get out people who Johnny felt was traitors. And I don't think that was shaky ground to begin with. And then bit by bit he's lost trust with the group, one by one. I think his confidence was too good to begin with. But I did feel sorry for him because he looked so defeatist after that game, especially when he was put as one of the 4 that was going to be murdered. Because, again, one of Rob's very clever moves, he said straight away to Eric, they're all going to be expecting one of them to be a traitor, so let's not give them one. So the 4 people they chose was Natalie, Tara, Kristen and Johnny, all of which are faithful. But, again, immediately people were like, oh, one of them has to be a traitor.
well, that's the thing. We know there's been enough series of traitors now that if you're on it, you kind of know that if you're put in one of these things, like the 3 up for murder or 9 up for whatever. If you're put into one of them, every contestant goes, there has to be at least a traitor in there. So even no matter how long the game goes on for, they'll keep picking at you until they know. So Rob was clever to do that. He did a lot of he's doing a lot of forward thinking. Rob is. That's what he's doing. He's doing it
4D
well.
chess.
And he's just really casual because he's been doing it for so long now. He can just lie there with his pits out on the sofa.
That was funny, that moment when Eric was like, it was like Eric was drooling over it. It was like, and I admired the way he just relaxed in front of Moira, and as we were talking about traitors, and he just laid back and he zipped down his fly and he just waited for Moira with an eye movement. Oh, Rob did act with his eyes as well, don't forget, around the round table, because as he said, he went in there not talking to Eric about having to change his vote with Stephen, but with his eyes he voted.
All it takes is a look to stop a man in his tracks.
I mean, Rob is a very attractive man, and he's able to even make straight men gay, so good for him for that one.
So yeah, bless Eric. He was there all sat upright, arms tight, heart beating, not knowing how to act normal, and Rob's just there chilling out.
Well, sadly, that's what Christian has spotted with Eric. So Christian has said that Eric had changed overnight, almost as if someone had been recruited. And it was like, oh, Eric, you've
so close as well. It was so close to midnight, and all of a sudden she piped up. But I mean, there was the odd game where they were all in a box, and obviously this Jack in the Box is ongoing theme into next episode. For some reason.
That's so unnecessary. Again, so unnecessary to do.
Added peril at the end there, which is it's like, who's going to get Jack in the Box? So yeah, they all had to be in a box, come out, be very quiet.
The traitors had to come out.
Yes,
and be very
quiet. creaky boxes, and they had to pick people. So once again, because this was on the UK series that we just watched, but it was slightly different.
Spoiler.
All the games are the same. And it's like, it's a bit of a game where like you think this is going to be a really good thing for faithfuls to hear stuff, but it doesn't seem to really, I don't know what's going on inside those boxes, but it doesn't really seem to, no one talks or says, did you hear this? Did you hear that? No one has even questioned hearing a box open or anything. So what's the point?
I feel like the creaks were added by edit.
But like, it's not even discussed. It's not even like a did you hear? Or no, I didn't. Did you?
Did you hear the box to my left? Did you hear the box to right? Yeah. Because in the UK, because I was convinced that something was going to happen where Eric and Rob might make a mistake here, because they introduced a drummer in the UK version who just kind of walked up and down the boxes drumming a little drum. So I thought, I'm convinced that something's going to go wrong here. But no, you're right. No, not one of them kind of... you could tell they were trying to hear something.
I mean, Stephen was practically asleep inside the box. He wasn't even trying to put his ear up against anything. Look, I mean, is this the furthest that a faithful has gotten where they've literally done nothing? Like, it's quite far into the game, and it's like, Stephen literally has done nothing that I can even think about talking. Not even on this episode, really, to talk about. He's got banished. By the way.
Well, yes, got banished from the round table. Like, we haven't talked about the murder either.
No, I know.
Or in the words of Dorinda, I've been murdered. Dorinda had clearly found the liquor store before she came. She was
ready to be tucked up in bed, wasn't she? So she probably had 4 or 5 brandies to get to sleep. Then she got dragged out to the room. With
the production kind of gently knocked her door and kind of rocked her on the bed.
She has actually been murdered.
And just as she rocked her, like there's 2 glass bottles just fell to the ground, and the whole hotel like woke up. Oh, I've been murdered.
I think she was trying to do a Scottish accent. She should have asked Eric for help for her accent.
She certainly had some Scotch in her, let's just say that.
So yeah, she was. I think that's a fair enough murder. I think it made sense.
Oh, I know, but poor Dorinda. I was gunning for Dorinda.
She did well. Last series she had 1 episode.
Yeah, true.
This one she got. There's no need for her to come back now.
She got a standing ovation on episode 2 at the breakfast table. Exactly. She did get that standing ovation, but
the last housewife as well.
Exactly. And I said to you after that, I was like, this is where the game actually begins now. The housewives are gone. Please, Peacock, by the way, I know you're doing a civilian series, but the next celebrity series, I know it's easy to get a Bravo grab from the housewives, but go on, try to do a series without a housewife. Go on, just try. I bet it'll be all right.
Or just have one housewife.
Or just one housewife, yeah. Not a gaggle of housewives, the collective term of. But no, Stephen, going back to your original point, I agree. I feel like Stephen, if someone said on Threads or social media, is Stephen possibly one of the most boring and uninteresting players the Traitors has ever had, I would say yes. I think he has been.
Yeah, I mean, it's not necessarily his fault. He seems like a nice enough guy.
You can blame the edit.
Well, yeah, because I am blaming the edit, or Stephen just didn't do much. I don't know, but like, I feel like he seems like a nice guy, but I feel like I don't know anything about him. Don't know his game plan. I don't know who he was particularly close with, apart from maybe Rob. Was he close with? I don't really know.
Sure. That's what I mean. We know nothing about the guy.
So it's kind of felt like it's like they suddenly thought he was a traitor out of nowhere. But I don't really know why. So,
well, it was down to Lisa giving him coins. There was a couple of things. Yeah, that was and it. Also, Johnny said he spotted him having a secret conversation. Well, after Johnny had said that he believed Candice, he and her, Stephen and Candice, had a conversation together, and it was very secretive.
And that was also Dorinda and him were told to leave the room.
Yes.
And Dorinda said, "Oh, that's dodgy," and then Dorinda was murdered. So
yeah, exactly.
I suppose so. So after the quick break, we'll be doing a little fact file and then talking about what else went on around the round.
Well, we can talk about their discussion of who might be murdered and
who's got Jack in the box.
Who's got Jack in their box.
Right, so we are back. Hope you enjoyed that break. So we have lost 2 more contestants. So we just do need to do a little bit of
housekeeping,
inspecting on who they are.
Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
We start with the murdered.
Yes.
Okay, it doesn't matter. It's the same sound for both. Here we go then. So
what's your name and where do you come from?
Dorinda. Right,
what do we know about her? She's a housewife.
Dorinda Medley returns to the Traitors this upcoming series after being the first to be murdered and eliminated from the show in episode 1, series 3. Medley is 60. Oh God, she'll love you for that. Medley is a reality TV star, author and mother from New York City. She made her reality TV debut on The Real Housewives of New York City in 2015 and was a member of the cast for 6 seasons. Mm-hmm. She published a memoir.
Ooh, what's that called?
Make it nice.
Make it red, white.
or rosé.
Or rosé.
And starred
room temperature, cold.
And starred in The Ultimate Girls Trip, Real Housewives of in 2022 and 2023. That sounds like that title. Remember in the early 2000s, late 90s, in the UK, you used to be able to get like VHS videos at Christmas, and it would be like soap ones. So like the Slaters did Slaters after school, and they were in jail, and it was like 60 minutes of them just wearing a school uniform, going, "Hello, Nan." Or like Coronation Street used to have like Roy Cropper going to Las Vegas with Haley.
Do you want to do an American reference for our American listeners?
I don't know if they had that kind of.
It'd be like Alison Sweeney from, what's that soap called that Joey from Friends was
Days of Our Lives?
From Days of Our Lives, doing a special episode.
So I've just seen a picture of Rob. Yeah, no, I'll tell you what Americans might have had. Christ.
You also need to do Eric, by the way.
I'm getting to Eric. Oh yeah, we got to do Eric. Criminy. All right, we'll do Eric next then. Because he's now a traitor. I'll tell you what it'll be a bit like in the UK. Also in the late 90s, early 2000s,
right.
There was a lot of workout videos at Christmas.
Yeah.
So people would buy them.
Do Angela Lansbury.
Angela Lansbury did one when she laid on the floor and kept moving her arms back and forth. Said, "I love stretching."
That's what the Housewives Ultimate Girls
Trip. What's your name and where do you come from?
Eric. Eric, am I doing this?
Yeah.
Eric Nam
You're
is
now
a
in charge.
36-year-old American K-pop artist based in South Korea. He was named GQ Korea's Man of the Year of 2016, included on the Forbes 30 Under 30 Asia in 2017, and named as one of YouTube Music's global trending artists on the rise in 2019.
Gosh.
He got his start on Star Audition, Birth of a Great Star, 2. There was a Korean singing competition TV series. He also voiced Aang in The Legend of Aang, The Last Airbender in 2026. That's a Nickelodeon show, isn't it?
Yes. It's now a Netflix show as well, live action. Oh, look at him go. Good for him.
He's done a lot, hasn't he, in a short space of time?
Wow. Man of 2019. So what's the last one we need to do? We need to do
murder
Stephen.
For Stephen. Hang on.
We can finally learn what he's been in.
Yes.
What's your name and where do you come from?
Stephen. Stephen Coletti.
Banished.
One Tree Hill and Laguna Beach.
Oh, he's in Laguna Beach as well.
Don't pretend you know what that is.
I do know what it was.
He is a 39...
like a cult thing. Carry on.
A cult?
It's like a cult TV show. It's like wasn't very popular, but it has like some diehard fans.
What's that show
there.
you like? Songbird or something? It was on Fox.
Songbird?
Oh, I don't know. You always go on about it.
I don't know.
You always go on about it. It's so memorable, I forget.
Songbird.
Stephen Coletti is a 39-year-old actor and TV personality from Laguna Beach, California. He first appeared on the reality TV series Laguna Beach in 2004.
Okay, I don't know what Laguna Beach is.
I didn't think you might.
I'm sure Laguna Beach is like one of those teen scripted shows.
Probably on MTV, wasn't it?
No, but like the people were like
well done.
supernatural, but they also was a bit OA. Anyway, carry on.
Okay. He was cast as Chase Adams in One Tree Horse. One Tree Horse. Can you imagine? That's a whole new show. No.
One Horse Hill.
One Horse Hill. He was Chase Adams in One Horse Hill in 2007, and in 2022 he started a podcast. Of course he did. Everyone has a bloody podcast these days, with Laguna Beach co-star Kristen Cannelloni, let's just call her, called Back to the Beach with Kristen.
Oh, his was the second name as well on the podcast. Poor Stephen. Lovely guy.
Maybe we should start a podcast called Back to the Beach. One Horse Hill. There you go.
With Ben and Alex.
One Horse Hill with Ben and Alex.
Not Alex and Ben.
No, I don't mind having the second name. I've said before, if we ever married, I'd take your name.
Well, we're not
we'd
marrying,
double barrel it.
I've got no rings on my finger, everyone. Still available to be stolen. Looking at you, Stephen.
Ben's waiting for a ring on his finger, everyone. There you go. So they're the murdered, the banished, and the new traitor right there.
Lovely.
Right, so they had the banishment then. Everyone kind of changed their mind. Moira, again, started complaining, saying, like, we went in there with an idea. We've changed our mind again. This is probably the 6th time we've done it. Why do we keep doing it? We're all idiots.
No one listens to her.
No one listens to Moira. And so then Kristen started calling out Eric. So this is where Kristen decided that she was going to make her plan. That I think a part of me also thinks that Kristen thought, you know what, even if it's not Eric, this is a good plan to not get me murdered.
Well, this is why I was annoyed at Kristen, because when this was happening, obviously there's 4 people to be murdered. Johnny and Tara are 2 of them, which you're not going to murder them because both of them are suspicious and have this weird announcement that they've got a pact and they've lied to everyone. Natalie was the one who did the big thing against Stephen, and he was a faithful. And I thought, well, this is easy then, because I'm always fearing for Natalie's life on this show.
We always are.
Need more. She better not be murdered. I'm with so I thought, oh, it's going to be Kristen, because she's not really done much. She's not really got any heat on her. She's not suspicious, and it makes sense. Kill her. And then 1 minute to midnight, she started saying, I think you're a traitor, Eric.
Yes.
So it's like, oh, okay.
Here we go.
So yeah, he didn't say anything around the round table, and she thought that was suspicious.
She said yes. She said, and I thought it was quite a good quote for her, you're hiding in the crowd. You're following the crowd, which isn't something...
It comes to a point where you have to...
you have to speak out. And she decided to make it her duty to tell Mark and Rob her thoughts toward Eric, and said, if I get murdered tonight, then it's definitely Eric. Now, Rob didn't need to tell Eric that at the turret. Don't forget. Rob could have kept that information to himself and used it as a kind of juicy tidbit for later. But it looks as though Rob does want to take it with Eric to the end. That's interesting. Rob dumped 3, then decided to recruit one he wanted. Was it a necessity that he went for Eric, or do you think actually he wanted Eric all along?
No, I think he's keeping Eric for the final to then
throw to the shot.
Yeah, I think, sadly, for Eric. But, you know, that gives Eric a lot of time to do his own gameplay if he wants to for the final. I mean, Kristen was very busy because she also had a conversation with Tara earlier in the day where she was like, Tara was like, just be honest with me. Who do you think might be a traitor? And she was like, well, you're really suspicious. I've been thinking about you. You and Johnny are very close. You've been caught out on a few things. She was like, oh, well, tell me who you think the traitor is then. I don't mind. It's like, it's you.
Tara, it's you.
And she said that, and Tara was like,
I know.
Me? It's like,
yes. Tara, I said
it
it was
wasn't
you.
obvious. I mean, that's enough evidence to maybe think that she is faithful, because she didn't pick up on all those hints then.
The tells,
So,
the clues.
that made
Well,
me
Tara
laugh.
went to Kristen to convince Kristen, because she thought
to
Kristen
join
was
their
on her
group.
side. Yeah, she thought that Johnny and her could trust Kristen to bring Stephen in as a name of the round table, and she was very wrong.
No. So I think that was the last straw where Tara and
Real
Johnny just
shame.
went their own way. They were like the 2 from High School Musical.
It's funny because they are like the 2 from High School Musical. I've not spotted that before.
You know what? We can only look after ourselves from that point. So that broke them.
They're all in this together, Johnny and Tara. Natalie is a rogue, though, isn't she? Because if you think
she's
about
very on her own.
Moira, Mark, and Rob are kind of like a clique.
Yeah.
Eric's kind of the outsider looking in, but kind of joins in.
Yeah,
he's
because
like,
he's a traitor now, so he's kind of automatically in with Rob.
yeah, part of it. Kristen, I think, kind of mingles with everyone, but is very direct and will give her opinion. Natalie still is kind of keeping her cards close to her chest, and the only reason she kind of came out on tonight's episode was because I think
She thought her time was up. So
her
she
time
had to.
was up. Yeah, because she thought she was going to get murdered, so she thought this is her opportunity to kind of like release what she's thinking.
And she got faithful.
And she got a faithful, and then she apologized for it, which I think is a bit of a tricky thing to do. I don't think you should apologize for going with your gut, because if you apologize for going with your gut, it makes you look a bit more guilty.
Yeah, just apologize for being wrong, but not for doing it.
It's not her fault, really.
But I am worried that she makes the most sense now to be murdered. I mean, the thing is with Eric, didn't want to get rid of Kristen because he said, because she's been saying my name. But I would get rid of Kristen if I was Eric, and then I would find it easier the next morning to say, oh, well, they're obviously trying to pin it on me. Hello, that's so obvious. That I think that would be going to be easier than Eric having to face Kristen and try to convince her that he's not a traitor, because she seems quite sure that he is.
But didn't Rob already do that? Wouldn't it be a bit dodgy to try to do the triple bluff? Because Rob getting rid of Dorinda was a bit of a triple bluff, because Dorinda did vote for Rob at the round table and was convinced that Candice was kind of like convincing everyone else that it was Rob as well. So Dorinda was kind of supportive with the view that Rob was a traitor.
That's true.
So to do it again, but this time to benefit, well, for Eric's, not benefit, but game to kind of like play. It's a difficult one to do.
But if I was Rob, I'd want, because Natalie and Rob are quite close, so I'd kind of want to keep, I'm just trying to find a way to keep Natalie, okay? Just leave me alone.
But this isn't a game about friendship, is it?
I know. So yeah, I think because of what Kristen did that last minute, I think it makes sense, because she's also the last gamer, Natalie, and we all know everyone seems to be scared of gamers, although they've not really had a chance this series. They've got rid of the gamers quite quick, didn't they? All in one swoop. So she is the last gamer, so maybe she's the last dangerous one. But she's good at missions. She's good at missions. Well, that's another reason why people like Rob as well, because he's making the money. Arms. It's all in the arms.
But although Rob, and quickly go back to the game, Rob and Eric did sacrifice a lot of money this time by deliberately kind of playing with the
Tara.
Voting
Should we just say Tara
again and again and again. Poor Tara.
They should have said that to Alan. Say, Alan, we're just going to vote Tara, so we'll just stay in the box.
Yeah.
No need to come out and do any squeaky noises. Just put the slot in for us.
I did love the little quiet, like, yeah. Sorry. That was me impersonating them kind of doing a fist pump and then bashing shoulders, like what men do. Because real men do.
I think Natalie's Jack in the Box is going to pop, because they have to go to the dungeon, don't they, for some reason?
I know, so unnecessarily.
That was just like, we need to fill 5 minutes of this episode. Okay, let's get them. Let's show all of them in slow motion, twisting this box about for 3 minutes. Oh, what's going to happen? And the stupid thing is, I sat there and watched it, and I was like, they're not going to show me, so why am I watching this?
I know. We sat there for 2 minutes just watching it.
Just to see their reaction of, oh my God. But I think the reactions they showed was just them looking at the box, not it popping open. So I don't think you can even try and sit here and guess who had the box.
No, because one of them has the word traitor. I don't really know how they're going to do it.
It's just the one that pops open, isn't it?
No, they said that if a traitor comes out of the box, and presumably in the other 3 boxes, it will be like, I don't know, a clown or a chicken.
Will it be like a knitted toy of Rob and Eric in the box? A voodoo doll of them.
I'd like that, a crocheted Rob. Wouldn't you like a crocheted Rob to take home with you?
Moira could have that in her.
That could be a parting gift at the end of the game. And you've won a crocheted Rob.
I'm still waiting for the love storyline to start between Moira and Rob, because they both teased in interviews that there was something coming up, and we're running out of time. So,
come on, it's
next
there.
episode.
It's there. It's just that they're just choosing to wait until they finish the game. But there's a clearly.
It'll be around the 5 hit, won't it? Where he's.
I'm a traitor. And Moira will be like, "How dare you?" Now back to my room.
Yeah. Oh well, I got paid 300,000 for this, so I don't care.
And we can split the money between us.
Right. So who do you think is going to go then? Are you going to stick with me, with Natalie?
Yeah, Natalie. I mean, there's a small, tiny part of me that thinks that they might get rid of Johnny just because it looks bad on Tara, but they know for a fact that they've got an easy round table.
Either way,
coming
with Tara
up.
or Johnny, they can.
It's an easy
throw
one.
them.
It's a real easy one for them to get rid of. So it's not going to be that tricky for them.
Find out next week. Getting closer to the end, aren't we now?
We certainly will. So if you want to get in touch with us and let us know who you think might be going from the Jack in the Box, and also any theories of who might win the final 3, I think we need to start discussing that. The final 5, isn't it?
Mark, Moira, Rob. That's my predictions. I'm not going to go into any more detail yet.
Rob. Well, if I had to guess, Mark, Rob, Eric, Moira, Natalie. And I think
Natalie, I thought you said she was getting murdered just now.
oh yeah, Kristen, sorry.
Okay.
And then I think the final 3 will be Rob, Mark, and Maura.
That's literally what I just said.
Yeah.
Thank
just
you.
agreeing
30
with you.
seconds
I
ago.
concur. So yes, do the same. Play around, play at home, play with yourselves
Final
at home.
3.
Final 3.
Let us know.
5 down to 3. Who's going to win, a traitor or a faithful? Get in touch with us because we're getting to the end now. We've only got 2 more episodes to go, and then the reunion.
That's going to be chaotic.
The BravoCon reunion. Here we go. So find us on our link tree, linktr.ee/faithful2, and on there it's got all the links to our social media, but also ways you can find us to watch on YouTube, Spotify. If you are watching us, comment underneath the video, ring the bell, subscribe, follow us, and all that good stuff. If you want to listen to us on Apple Podcasts or any of our podcast apps, don't forget to subscribe to us on there as well. If you like the podcast, give us 5 stars and give us the reason why you like listening to the podcast. And if you want to help us monetarily, go to buymeacoffee.com/faithful, and on there you can give us a £5 one-off or monthly donation. As we say, it does help with the show, so we are very grateful for your contributions.
Well, hopefully next week you will be better. Your voice will be rested. Until then,
yes. Sorry, I'm just
shush.
concentrating now. I'm working.
Until then, everyone, stay faithful. Goodbye.